First of all, like on YouTube, it has been exponentially growing. So today we're at like over 670K subs. And especially in my niche, we are probably top 5 largest channels on YouTube in the crypto niche. One of the fastest growing in this past 2 years. There are also other channels that we actively engage on. For example, IG, Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. In terms of revenue side, it's about it's over 200K in revenue now, and it's just going to keep growing, right? We did kind of 2 launches over the past year. It was $2,000 per student for a 1-month program. What I really like about working with you guys is just how well the content is all syndicated together.
I guess close to automated for you as well.
But also from you guys to get the narrative right, understand the channel. If you can afford it, if you have the revenue, the cash flow, seeing it as a business, this is probably one of the first investments I would make in content business. It's this side.
Yo everyone, I'm here today with Dennis, also known as VirtualBacon. I've been working with him for almost like 1.5 years, and we started this since May of 2023, and today is like January 16th of 2025. Yeah, almost 1.5 years now. So, and this is regarding like an updated client interview we are recording to talk about all the new growth we have seen. And to be honest, genuinely feels good to be part of this journey with you. So Dennis, yeah, please introduce yourself, give like a quick 30-second intro on what you do.
Sure. I'm Dennis. I'm more publicly known as VirtualBacon online. I make investing content specifically around crypto, Web3, blockchain, and first met Kunal and Gandharv and the whole ScaleUp Media team just about 2 years back. And so my background there is I started first on TikTok, and I was really big into short video content. The ScaleUp Media guys and their team is very professional in this area. So we got along and started working together. You know, the previous story. And this past year has been really good, especially around other expansive growth and how the smoothness of our content has been growing. So I really want to get into that today.
Dennis, so when we recorded the first interview, right, that time I guess we hit 70K or 100K on YouTube for the first time on the channel, right? And then that time also you launched your course where you made like, it was a 4K launch or 30K launch for the course as well. So how it has grown today in terms of revenue growth, in terms of numbers on all the socials?
First of all, like on YouTube, it has been exponentially growing. This is like attributing to everything. Like the whole team has been doing so well together. So today we're at like over 670K subs, which is like kind of a pretty crazy number to think about. And especially in my niche, we are probably top 5 largest channels on YouTube in the crypto niche, and one of the fastest growing in this past 2 years. So I'm really grateful that we got together to work on this. There are also other channels that we actively engage on. For example, IG, Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. So all of it is very well syndicated together. We're even doing X. And just this past year and a half, we finally started to grow. And it's a big difference. It's growing from like 1 new follower per day to, you know, now we're at 140K followers from, what is it, like 10K or so about a year ago. So that was very, very powerful for unlock for the business.
We are getting so much growth on these platforms. At the end, this is all funneling down to the new membership, the new community that you launched. Can you talk in more in detail about it? When did you launch it? And what was the growth that you saw in the first few weeks or a month? And how's it going now?
Basically, we, in our niche, one of the most powerful products is kind of a course/educational membership, cohort based. And we did kind of 2 launches over the past year. So first, it was a pretty high ticket sales cohort based program. It was, I think it was $2,000 per student for a 1-month program. And we didn't need to sell a lot because it was high ticket, right? So I think we had like 25 students or so fully enrolled, no take backs. And it was good. It was really pretty big unlock because back then we weren't as big. And also our niche is very driven by how the excitement around crypto is doing. And back then it wasn't that popular like today. So that was kind of at least a proof of concept to tell us, okay, this is going to be very profitable as long as we just keep going in this direction. So that was good. And then we kept iterating. And then past 4 or 5 months or so, we launched a kind of flagship program using the same platform that has chat, has course, has live stream, mentorship, and kind of a ongoing membership program. And right now we're at 2,600, 2,700 VIP members. it's honestly very good. So for this caliber of a program, everyone's very engaged. Our revenue model isn't a direct, membership fee. This is very unique to our business, our sector. But I would say we're generating on average, it's over 200K in revenue now. And it's just going to keep growing, right? As we get more and more members in. Yeah, it's because it's based on how they're engaging with the community. So as long as we keep the members there, the average revenue per month is going to grow. Yeah. And that's really cool. And that's, just completely on top, outside of any ads, any YouTube, any sponsorships.
Yeah. I mean, and all the growth that you got in there, all the members that opted into it is all through the organic content that you've been running for a year now.
Yeah. So aside from that, I mean, Shorts is going well. TikTok is going well. Just the first aspect of this, like the overall subscribership, followership is doing really well. And what I really like about working with you guys, it's just how well the content is all syndicated together for Shorts.
Mm-hmm. And it's, I guess, close to automated for you as well. It's just not looking much into it.
Took quite a bit of time, but we figured out a flow that works. Like it requires certain, expertise in this area for someone else to plug in, but also from you guys to get the narrative right, understand the channel, and also have the sort of design and elements to fit with it. And I would say, like, at this point, our Shorts narrative is the language, the face is me, but all the narratives is you guys. So,
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right now, what we're getting is, on an average, we're getting 30 to 40, 50K views every reel on Instagram currently, right? So that's very good number to sustain that. Sometimes people get 50K, 40K, but they get back to 5K, 10K again. But you're able to sustain that mark as well. So that's what I noticed, that's been really growing well, and I'm happy for it, to be honest, as we were stuck on Instagram initially.
It's very good. And it's an arbitrage. Like for my niche, YouTube is very popular. Twitter is very popular, but nobody is really able to crack IG. So it's actually pretty unique when I show them that we have this crypto channel on IG, Reels doing very well, like pretty complex topics. People are pretty surprised because all the peers of ours, they don't do as well, and they really have to fit the meta of like, those like graphical, quick tutorial things in one image for IG. So I think we have something going here.
Yeah. When we had the last call, right, last interview we recorded, you talked about how you had problems hiring editor, and then when you found us, it sorted out a lot of things for you. So can you describe what was your process back then, even before we started, then how it felt when we started and how it's currently right now for you?
There's actually a big difference having editors or not. It doesn't not only save time, but it helps you take away some of the fear, right? So before I started with you guys, it was just kind of difficult to start, even when I have a concept, because I have to think the whole way through. So like preparing the clips, right? Like before I make the content, I have to prepare the clips and then I have to script. And while I'm scripting, I make the clips to go with it. And it's just too much together, right? And it eats into what I want to talk about. So after I started working with you guys, first, like anyone else working with editors at first, there are wide range of, people's quality and how people fit together. So it really takes searching, but what I really liked about you guys and up until this day is you're very, very responsive and very quick turnaround, but also very adaptive, right? So even though we are in like basically polar opposite time zones, it works well. And so first year was we were just iterating on Shorts. And then this past year, I think the main unlock is that we wanted to take it to the next level and really automate this as much as possible and give you guys the freedom to just work on it, and also give me the freedom to not worry about it. I think at least our consistency is way up there now.
It is way better. And the way we are consistent is, I guess, that's the main key aspect that we're getting so much growth as well. What would you say that's the one thing that surprised you like the most while working with?
A lot of times it's the speed you guys operate and the fact that, I don't know how you guys do it, but like even weekends, and you guys are hustlers for sure. And even for some of our like partner, sponsor content interviews and such, I tell them, we have, if we need quick turnaround, we can do it in 3 days. And they're usually pretty shocked. And I think it comes from us both being pretty fast, like just go-getters. Because for me, as long as I don't have to worry about the publishing, the editing, when it comes to filming and just writing some things down and start filming in an area I know, I'm feel pretty confident to just do it on the same day. And then you guys as well, you have the footage for us. We can at least give you something on the next day. And we all understand it takes iterations, right? So it's much more important to figure out the time zone instead of, we're going to take 3 days. But then like, if you're not happy with it, how are you not happy with this, right? Like it's back and forth always. So I'm very surprised that it works well like this. We have a pretty even level of understanding, like where we should get to first iteration, second iteration, and the balance between quick turnaround and how much we should expect.
Yeah. So I remember since we like started working back then, right? We used to pull off like 40, 60 shots a month. If you remember, like used to record scripted shots, right? And then we slowed down a bit the tail. And now we are again back to doing like 30, 40 shots a month, that would say. Like, do you think any agency or editor could have pulled it off at the same level like we did in terms of like, again, quality time, turnarounds and communications?
The editing team needs, again, like video graphics for the videos, especially for shorts, right? So like the effects has to be conceptual because again, we're making like very niche content, not interview content. So it's not just cutting into your face, zoom, and then text, right? Like in and out. That doesn't work because if it's only like that for my face, it's not going to be very engaging. So you need to understand the editing, the typical editing style that works for shorts and the graphics, the effects to go with it and get what I'm talking about to some extent. And that's like multiple people job. So I don't know. I don't know how many people can pull this off. Like even I've talked to people that are similar creators and more often than not, they run into the same problem that we had initially when I first started, which was I have to interface with you. These guys can do it, but it's so much work and it's not enough. You always, the main kind of narrator always becomes the bottleneck. So unless you have a very big team already that manages multiple people for long form content, I don't think you can do it at this caliber. Like on average, like 1 to 2 shorts per day.
Yeah.
I think we're averaging like 1.5. Quite a bit. Yeah.
So sometimes there has been like a few months back, we used to put like 2 or 3 shots a day as well. So that days has been there as well. But we go up and down.
You just purely thinking about how when people viewing on your page, like they see so many content, but our content is not interview. So if you have like a compilation, whatever, right, you just go back to previous years and then you just rinse repeat the same thing, regurgitated. Like people can do that. But for us, every single piece of short is different. It's always new content. And it has to be contextual, right? It can't be like 1 year old. People get confused. So it's pretty difficult to do that.
Yeah. Dope. So based on the results so far, then as we've been seeing, where do you see the business, the channel VirtualBacon in next 6 to 12 months?
I think we already are one of the leading voices in the space, but really want to be just one of the most recognizable video brands in the crypto niche, the sector, and potentially like even expanding to other, language regions. And on YouTube, I think we shouldn't be a problem for us to reach 1 million, in, I don't know how long, but it's definitely foreseeable. And that'll be a big milestone because there's only a few, I think like 3 or 4 channels specifically, maybe 5, that are over 1 million. And these guys started way before us, 3-4 years before us.
I'm guessing we can hit like 1 million this year. We just need like 300K more. I mean, 3.5K ish more.
Yeah, this year that's the target.
Yeah, I mean we got 12 months, so long time.
I think that will be a big moment for me and for everyone on the team as well. Like it's just actually doable. I don't think many people like creators or businesses alike can say like, we can help your your creator or your channel, your niche go to 1 million in a small niche, right? We're not vlogging. We're not gaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're gonna be put more focus on in terms of platforms? Like which platform do you think is going to be the main driver of growth for you? I mean, of course, we saw some growth with Instagram recently, right? But YouTube has been the king for us mostly. What do you think? Yeah.
So YouTube is always going to be best because of the difficulty. So if you can make it on YouTube, like it's a big difference for recognition so I wouldn't say YouTube is the biggest easiest in terms of starting out in arbitrage, but it certainly gives you the most authority. Like just think about in my niche, it's usually YouTube or Twitter X, but even the largest accounts on X, it's text content. They recognize their avatar, but they don't get recognized by their face or their voice or what they really stand, because it's just not like outside of YouTube, there's no other that can put you really out there and let people know you. So YouTube, for sure, we're going to just keep growing. It's actually pretty interesting. Like TikTok is getting quite shifted now. And we have like just from even 4 years ago, we're still over 3K on TikTok. It's pretty hard to grow there. And even crypto content is very weird on there, how it's treated now. In terms of content format, so live stream works really well on YouTube for my type of content. We're going to keep doing that. I think at this point, it could be interesting to go heavier into the podcast interview because it's not entirely for growth, but more for recognition, for networking, and for just expanding the range of content we have, understanding the horizontally. There won't be the best performing in terms of views because we know what works well for our audience, but it will help us reach wider pockets, and which will grow the business a lot more.
Now, so my last question for this, and then we're gonna just end this. What would you say to the people who are like on the fence of working with us with ScaleUp Media?
I would say just definitely give it a shot, and depends on where you are at. So if you've never hired editors and you've never worked with the team, it will be slow to start. I am a notoriously bad person to start working with. Every single time I have worked with someone completely new in a different fashion, I have a month of just being pissed off. And I know this. And I would imagine some people definitely feel this too. It's very natural because people don't know what you're thinking just directly. You have to communicate a lot in the beginning, but it will be worth it because editing and content creation is so crucial to everything. And again, just back to what we talked about in the beginning, it's not only saves you time, but also the mental strain of worrying about the content side. The editing side is very important. If you can afford it, if you have the revenue, the cash flow, seeing it as a business, this is probably one of the first investments I would make in, content business. It's this side.
Lovely, Dennis. Thank you for hopping on this interview. Again, it was a great talking to you. Any final thoughts you would like to tell to the viewers?
No, I mean, just if you're starting, if you think about creating video, now's the time. And it's only going to accelerate, I feel like. And start working with us, and highly recommend it.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. It was good talking to you, Dennis, again. See you then. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you.